All right, this is the final quick talk. I said the last video was final, but I wanted to bring this up just because for myself to remember, for everybody else to know about changing my ways. I really love the color. It's so good, and it's so much easier to spray this can. I already tried painting the other side and I got just a little of the chimney done with a paintbrush, and it took just as long as to do the whole side with this primer, right? You got to change up your tactics, and it doesn't matter if you lose money. I spent, I want to say $50 for that specialty brick can, and this stuff is doing the trick so much faster that I'm gonna have to go and buy this color because I love it, and because this is just a primer. I can leave it for a couple days, and I'm gonna have to go find an expensive couple spray cans with the same color, because that's one thing too that a lot of people that I've noticed and dealt with, like if I'm working with my dad or whatever, when you spend the money, you use the product. I spend $50, I open the can, I use the paint. I'm not gonna use that product. I'm gonna put it in the basement. This just worked out way too good, and there's no going back now. And that's why I got this video made, because it's like, you're gonna find out that if something's working, and the other stuff don't work, you just gotta let it go. Just let it go. Look at all I'm almost done with the whole chimney. I did. It took about. There's no point in. Man, is she getting windy up here. I want to get it all done today, so I can have a cocktail. I haven't had a drink in 2 weeks. I feel like having a drink. It's been hell, and I just feel like I want one. And I've had a problem with alcohol in my life. I got it down to just a drink here and there, a day of drinking when I want to drink, and it's not much of a problem per se, except for how I act when I'm drinking. Act stupid. So I keep it to my house. I don't know if that has any. It's something to talk about while I'm doing this. Drinking's bad. Don't get started. If you don't drink, stay away from it. It's caused me nothing but heartache in my life. It's destroyed relationships with good friends, family. But I can't say no always. But I'm pretty good at it. I used to drink every day for 10 straight years. Now I drink once every week or two. And I don't have to. I really don't have to, but I find it easier to minimize my drinking than to completely quit. But that's just me. That's not what's going to work for everybody, and that's not what I'm telling you to do. And I don't even know how the heck I got on drinking, but I don't know. It was such a big part of my life. My dad loves to drink, and family, and alcohol is such a big part of life, you know. And decisions we make. Let's see where I'm at here. This one lined up perfectly with that area there, so I'm going to keep it right there. Cover all this paint. See, I'm getting it all. Double coat up here. She's windy. I used the whole can on the other side, and these aren't small cans. These are big boy cans. That should hold for a couple days while I think what I want to do. But the whole idea of this video is to tell you that you find a product that works and the other shit ain't working, don't use it no more. Just put it away. Find it for a different project, because it's going to end up wrecking your life. That's what I learned. Like when that product didn't work over here and it was all mushy and everything else, I went to the store and found a different product. Then it turns out that product was too hard. I mixed them together and it worked out perfectly. So if I would have just stuck with what I had, I wouldn't have a chimney. I'd have a big pile of fucking dog shit. You've seen it in the first video, is a pile of dog shit. Now, what I've learned as a mechanic all these years, what makes me a good mechanic, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, because I used to make so many fucking mistakes, you wouldn't believe it. Just like everybody else. I mean, it was out of haste, and it was just dumb decision making. If you can step back when you're having a bad day and look at the problem and think about it and then come back to it, you're not going to break as many bolts. You're not going to have as many problems. You create all your own problems. When you get that anger in you and you just want to break something, snap, nothing's going your way, you got to take a break, take a step back, reassess the situation. Get somebody else to just come over and talk to you even at your job, and it's gonna save you so many broken bolts and problems in life. I'm getting a real thick layer here, and I know it's gonna work good because I'm watching it dry. This says it's really fast drying, and it is right here, fast drying. It's worth the money. This is $11 a can instead of $5. Don't pay $5, pay $11. It's worth it. You get a bigger can too. More stuff. See, try to fill in these. Try to cover all this. I'm covering up. Nobody's gonna see anyway. It's about make sure water doesn't work its way into the molding, and it's not gonna. I just got a feeling. I've been in mechanics, and I can just tell now by this. Look at this rubberized coating. There's no way that well, the paint's coming off because it's wet, but I don't think there's a way that it's gonna I don't think it's gonna leak for 10 years. That's my guess. It'll start cracking, but I made sure that I got the stuff that's made for weather out here. Negative. I think it said -80, and I'm gonna need it -80 too, as well. Here, I'm just trying to make sure I get all the rubber seams, because the last thing I want is water or weather to start cracking one little spot, because then it'll just work its way up. See, get it all there. Look at over the side there. The other side completely dry already. That shouldn't come off. That should be all tacked up. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, see, I need a finishing paint to really hold this together. It did say that it takes days to cure, a day to cure, so obviously I'm going to give it a day to cure. But we'll see. We'll see if it's chippy. Like I said, that's what you got to do. If it chips off, then I'm going to know, and then it's time to come up with plan B, paint it over it with that stuff I got. If I have to, I will. Because that other stuff is a professional series hand pick color brickwork paint, you know. So if I got to go into that, I got to go into that. But sitting here today and worrying about it ain't gonna help nothing. So I'll get up here and just get my painting going. Here, look, I got everything. See, I could go. It's not worth it to mess around with that. I'm gonna try to keep my hand off. We learned our lesson the last one. I got my hands are, look at my hands, you know. I'm not getting that paint off. That's good though. Came off the skin, but not really the fingernails. That's what you want though. You need a paint that'll stick. But anyway, I'm gonna keep my hand back here. Look at how well this T-square works. I mean, how much perfect does it get? You know, it gets you right in them grooves there, so I can spray right up in there. Look at that. Right up in there. Plus I got a little wind going out, so it's not getting in my lungs. Spraying on the other side is horrible. So I'm trying to get as much as I can right here, because going on the other side. Like I said, remembering you're on a ladder, holy man, do I forget sometimes. And then once you go back to thinking about it, your brain does that weird, like, where am I? It gets disoriented. You gotta just, that was the hardest thing, is staying on a ladder. That wind's perfect to keep my overspray from hitting the roof. Otherwise, I'd have shit everywhere. Painters are probably watching this going, you fucking suck at painting. Well, yeah, I'm not a painter. I can't believe I even got this project as done as I do. Can you guys even believe it? Go look at that shitty chimney I had in the first picture when I was learning, and tell me you expected this. I know none of you expected it to turn out like this. Nobody did. I didn't even expect it, so there's no way anybody else had faith. Yeah. So look at it. We got ourselves a chimney here. Breathing that shit in. That's the last thing I want to do is go down, get lightheaded, you know? All right. I mean, sitting up here all day and worrying about one little spot ain't worth it. You can see that. You can't even tell. It looks beautiful from the road, you know? See, like that. If I almost sprayed that, and then I would have had a big red mark, and I would have been like, God damn it, you know? So, because I'm hasteful. We all are, I think. If you're patient, then probably gonna get fired from jobs nowadays. They want you to just get it done. Hey, what's it gonna take? Get it done. That's all they give a shit about, your boss. I just throw stuff back down on the ground, because there's no point in carrying it down. Look at this. All right, well, this is what the video here I just wanted to talk about. In last video, I had it all up in my face. You can see my beard. I'm sure people are gonna love that. Hey, let's look in this guy's face, inside his mustache and beard. Anyway, I got an extra camera, or an extra bottle of this to hold on to, so I don't have to clean it. I'll prime over this if I'm gonna decide to paint it. and I got to go look for a different paint. I'm going to use a spray paint. You can tell it's the only way to go. Don't even mess with a brush. It'd be crazy to come up here with a brush. Look how fast I just did that with spray paint. It took me 3 hours with a brush, and I only got like that much done. So we learned a lot this week. Leave well enough alone. Switch up your model and your chemicals when you have to. Don't sit there and try to talk yourself into using it. Like, I tried for a whole day to talk myself into using that roof repair stuff by itself, that stuff I had first. And if you go look at my video, it looked like dog shit. It kept melting down the chimney. That's why I got to even spray this far out. It was dog shit compound. And I would go online and I would talk myself into reusing it, saying, I'm doing something wrong. I got to apply it this way. No, it's just dog shit by itself. That's the roof repair leak stopper. By itself, it's dog shit, period. It might work for a year, but it's not going to make a bond that I've made. So I went on and got the most expensive Gorilla 32-ounce can of Seal liquid they sell, 32-ounce can, and it was $38. I've already went through 3. I'm on my 3rd can. And it's such a good compound for gluing. I just knew it was getting harder. I just knew this is the kind of compound that can last 10 years on a roof through cold weather or whatever. It's a little, but it wasn't flexible enough, but almost. And then I decided to mix the two together, and bang, did I come up with a compound that's gonna work. If I would have just talked myself into using that original chemical, I'd be up here right now touching this, and my finger would go right through it like it did. It would never cured. The rain came. You got to adapt to your situation and use what you got. Those are the two main things. If something ain't working, don't talk yourself into keep using it. Find a way to not have to rip the product off the roof, which I did. I found a way to go over it, mix it up. Because once I mix it with the other compound, I was able to coat it in, you've seen, with that fiberglass, and it almost mixed it all back up with, it mixed that other compound right into my pre-existing shit, and look at it, how it's turned out beautiful. So it's about adapting. When you get mad and you want to punch a hole in the fucking wall, and you do a lot, you got to just take a break, have a cigarette or whatever you do, or go to Starbucks, whatever, take another thought process about what's going on, and it's going to work out for you. If you just look at this, look how beautiful it is. I'm so fucking proud of this chimney. I never would have thought, and I know you guys in a million years didn't think that I'd have a chimney that looks like this at the end of this. Neither did I, okay? I had no fucking idea. I hope you can see it. And then I have a camera up my nose and shit, which I didn't, because I'm trying to use a backpack camera. I certainly ain't gonna hold one, and I ain't gonna put it on a hat. I got hair in my face. That fucking thing will be rolling down the chimney. But I'm so proud of how this worked out. You get older and you learn that you gotta adapt to your situation. That's the number one thing with anything. You're gonna have things go wrong. It's just gonna happen. You make a plan, you gotta be willing to adapt at all times. But you see here, I got the other side to spray. That's it, just one more little corner over there. And I am fucking proud of it. I mean, like I said, you got two options with a repair like this when you're just doing this. You're either going to have it crack right away, and I'm going to have big cracks in it from the freezing weather, and it's all going to break apart, or this son of a bitch is going to hold for 25, 30 years. There's no other option. I think it might outlive the roofing material. I got a funny feeling I'll be going up there in 10 years, and that fucker, I might have to add a little bit more compound, before I put on the metal roof in 10 years. But I got a funny feeling that I'll be keeping that chimney in 10 years, and I'll be so proud of myself, you know what I mean, that I did it all by myself. I called companies, and their prices were just ridiculous. And all they were gonna do is they would have just dumped some glue in there. Don't trust me, for $2,000, $1,500, they wouldn't have fixed it, right? I looked at all the neighbors came over here and said, look, out of all the neighbors around me, I had 5 different neighbors stop by and said that their chimney was leaking, and they called the company, and they've all spent like $1,200 or $1,500, and all their roofs are still leaking. And that's a true story. I'm not lying to you. These companies will go up here, spray a shitty product on there or whatever, get it to stop leaking for 3 years. You pay them $1,200 and you're going to have the problem again. So I'm fucking proud. In 10 years, if I look back on this and that chimney's still holding up, and a chimney is like American, it's almost like a flag, It's almost like who you are, your house, It stands up tall, it's at the top, And it's almost like your motto, and that's my motto. Now everybody drives by and they're gonna see, dang, that chimney that's a different looking chimney than regular chimneys. What did he do with that? What's going on? That's me. That's showing off that This is a big middle finger right up the middle to this house trying to beat me. That's what it is. A big middle finger right there. There it is. Look. Right there. Big one. To show everybody I'm willing to just do what I got to do. And that's what being a human being is all about, is doing the hard stuff. Anybody can make money and spend it, and you're just going to keep spending on cars, on all your repairs. You got to just say, you know what? If I can do it, and I'm a fucking screwball, ask anybody that knows me, I'm goofy. If I can get this done and to look like this, anybody can do it. I mean, anybody. I know that saying goes all over the place and everything. If you can muster up the kahunas to climb up this ladder, anybody can do it. Probably better than me. And that's a fact. I know a lot of people say that, and you're like, yeah, right. Trust me. I take one person up here and they could do a better job than me. So that's the word of the day. That's it. I'm going to finish this roof and I'm going to have a drink. Love you guys, the ones that watched. You're unbelievable supporters. It's only like 5 of you. I don't know who it is. I think Nick, you're one of them, or Andy, Johnny. But you guys are my only supporters right now, and my friends, and y'all been really good to me about it. Not one of you said anything disparaging. Or Wally, can't forget him. Could have shot my dreams down and called me an idiot. Jason, you've been good to me too. All right. Love you guys. It's like and subscribe, god damn it. Can't turn the camera off.